and Dan, or Sue and Pat, or any permutation, maybe in the middle, so it's good for the camera. Thanks. All right, sorry about such a long morning. I got a bit carried away.
It was a really good talk.
Thank you, Fran. Okay, so hopefully you recuperated over the lunch break. Any questions about that? Okay. We've got another 6 days next week and tomorrow, and we can keep cracking on. So what we'll do is just keep doing ATMs, and then when one kind of interests you, we'll just keep doing that process, right? That's my plan for the rest of the time. So there's some nice... So the bell hand keeps popping up a little bit, but I do have to talk about the bell hand sometime. I'll weave it in. Now, so no other questions, or only like tiny questions about this morning? If we're fine? Okay. All right, so now we're going to continue with the FI business in Prone, and Fran's going to show you some Fran tricks, or some things that Fran likes to do in Prone, which will be a treat. Got this?
No time.
Oh, is that, no, you don't want to. I said I'd amuse you till she was ready. You ready?
Thank you. Yes, I'm as ready as I'm going to be.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's a tight little thingy-bob, isn't it? Okay. Right. So this is just a really simple FI that I would give in Prone. And it would be for somebody who doesn't have much clarity about the differentiation between their hips and their pelvis. So, hips and pelvis? The hips and the pelvis? Different on the other side. Yeah. So does anybody want to lie on the table who's comfortable lying prone? And, oh, Pat, very good. I was going to ask you some questions first. Yeah. So tell me about why you'd like to have this lesson.
I don't know, I'll just jump up.
Oh, you just want to help on the table? Okay.
And learn about the hips.
Sure thing. Okay, good.
You don't
So-
want me now?
I do, I want you desperately. Put your body on the table, please. Face down. Oh, no. Your face can go either side. So the first thing is what? What do I have to notice about this person on the table, on his belly?
Which way is preferencing his head?
Mm-hmm. Is that your favorite direction?
His feet aren't very... his hands are very high.
His hands are high. What else? How would I make him comfortable was the question. So what are some of the things that would make him more comfortable? First, to check which way his head wants to go.
Something under his ankle.
Maybe. Which arm would go up and which arm would go down? So try putting your right arm down behind you. What else? Where does he want support? Has he got a lot of space under his shoulder? He may not. It just looks like that arm is working a bit hard. So can I have a towel, please? Just, or something I can roll up under his... Oh, thank you. Thanks. So I usually offer support first and then ask them, does it feel better or would you like it without? So just lift your shoulder a little bit. Is that more comfortable? Okay. And what about his feet? There's a little bit of space under the front of his ankles. At home, I have it's too hard. It's uncomfortable, but also it starts to stop the circulation of blood. That'll do it nicely, thank you. Is that a soft? Yeah, let's try the soft one. Can you lift your feet, please? I'll keep that handy, though. How does that feel? Uh-huh. So there are all kinds of opinions about where the toes, should the toes touch the table. What do you think, Susan? Wake up. Looks okay to you? Okay, the boss says that's fine. So then I start to get interested in his structure, looking at his pelvis and the tilt of the pelvis and the body median and whether he's got one leg further up from the body median than the other. And so I'll actually feel the pelvis and see which way. So remember that the male structure, the pelvis is much higher than, it's higher than the woman. And you'll feel it immediately.
I don't think we've heard that before. Well,
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, okay. The iliac crest is higher on a man than a woman.
like wider.
Yeah. Yeah.
Different shape.
It's more narrow. I'm only saying that because you don't want to grab any, wobbly bits. Floppy bits.
Depends how far you are.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, if you were too
Is
far
that-
down, then you'd
so-
be stoned.
In a woman, I'd be down here, and it's actually there. So I'm just going to turn his pelvis one way.
Automatically turning much easier this way because he's already.
I'm about to
slightly-
talk about that. Thank you. Martina? Martina. Thank you. Could you move your pelvis from side to side, just slowly? So it's not always true. There are paradoxes. What do you think? To me, it looks like he's rolling more easily to the left. Do you agree? Pardon that?
Feels that.
It feels that way. Uh-huh. Okay. Now, anytime you want to turn over, let me know. Turn your head over. If you want to turn your head over to the other side, let me know. All right? Okay, so then I'm going to pick this leg up with both hands, just under the ankle, the front joint here. And I want to see whether his leg likes to go inwards or whether it likes to go outwards. What I'm looking for is at what point of this arc of movement does his pelvis join the hip joint. At the moment, it's the hip joint is in the pelvis is the constant, the hip is the variable. Does that make sense? But if the pelvis is the constant and the hip is the variable at this point. And I'm looking for when the hip, all the slack is taken up in the muscles around the hip joint, where the pelvis joins the movement. No, he doesn't like going out there. You can feel the muscles begin to tighten.
And you feel that in your body too, and you feel that as your movement is
Yeah, I do move from side to side. Because if I stand still, I...
And why would we go in an arc and not upright side to side? The reason
What was the question? The arc.
Circles all around.
Circles all round. Okay. Okay. So what if I pick the leg up and it stays there, it doesn't want to go left or right? What could that be about?
Broken.
Mm-hmm.
Or the position.
They might be tensing their buttocks, or they might be uncomfortable in the groin, or they might have sacroiliac pain, in which case I probably wouldn't put them in this position at the beginning anyway. Should we swap? Thank you, Dan. Thanks. Okay. Put it right in the middle. How does that, is that working now? Okay. All right, so that's as far as that movement goes there. Oh, they might have a knee injury. They might have a sore knee. I would assume that I'd find this out before we did this anyway. But at that point, can you see the pelvis is just starting to roll there? Okay, so that's one leg. And Martina, I would try both sides, looking both sides.
And you're using quite a soft hand hold.
Light, very light.
It's not coffee cup.
Coffee cup?
Sitting hand.
It's, no, I'm not, it's balanced. It's just balanced on my forefinger here. What, how do I determine? I stay shallow at the beginning. So.
Didn't you say 2 hands?
Pardon me?
You said 2 hands when you started.
I can do 2 hands or 1.
I just noticed you said 2 hands.
Yeah. And now the pelvis moves quite readily to that side. So if you knit those two things together, it means this leg likes doing that and that leg likes doing that. Sometimes you'll find that they both go that way or that way. There are lots of different patterns that are possible. But I'm just saying what's easy for this leg, this hip. I'm thinking of his coccyx, there. And then I'm thinking, how far up his spine does this movement go for him? So, given that his pelvis likes to roll this way, I'm going to put a constraint in.
Someone doesn't lie like in the stomach, would you do exactly the same on the back? Or would it be very much?
It's a different kind of FI, yeah. So the constraint is here.
Why are you doing that right leg?
Because his pelvis likes to move this way. His pelvis likes to move this way. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going with his pattern. Are you? You're going to argue with me as well?
No, I like to know why.
So I'm just, I'm watching him carefully. Just, you don't have any injuries, do you? Okay. I would have asked him already, but just checking. So I'm just saying this is how your pelvis likes to move. I'm moving the pelvis around the fixed hip now, because the hip is fixed in this position. So the hip is fixed and the pelvis is rolling around the hip. I might give it a little bit of a rock. The hip is fixed in this, yes. If it was there, it would be a different kind of movement. And then I leave him in the constraint, and it's like whispering in his ear, right on the sacrum. So you need to find where that is. So is this okay for you? And you get on the opposite side of the sacrum, and you just gently ease the pelvis in the opposite direction. So what is that doing?
Going against the constraint. That was only my question, by the way.
Otherwise you get slapped over the head.
Take a leaf out of that book, Martin.
Yes. Settle down. Come on.
And look, the whole thing has changed completely. It's very quick. It is. It is. Mind you, this is a Feldenkrais body, and the general public would be very different, as you will find. And then we go back here again. Yeah. And let's test the movement again. All right, so what are you seeing that's different now? Yes, it goes higher up his spine now. Oh, look. Huh? What?
No way.
No way. And now, pardon me?
I've actually felt going to this side.
To the whole
But I
circle,
could go around in the whole side.
like a universal joint, more of a universal joint. But do you feel the movement further up your spine? How do I know that? I see it, but he's also breathing down here now. Yeah? That's your big clue. And then we'll just try this again. Look, see, it picks up. It goes easily to the left now.
This is the hip joint. How you breathe out.
Yes,
By having constraint.
yes, yes. Yeah.
You went with
I went with the pattern first.
that first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same with most. Because you're calling it constraint initially was part of the movement.
Probably went easier.
When you went over.
Yes,
it wasn't
yes, yes.
constraint, it was part of the movement.
Yeah, that's right. And then I might take both feet together. I'm looking at his ribs now to see how, when do the ribs pick up? Not yet. And not yet. I might do the other side now.
See what happens. Beautiful.
That's the lesson in the lesson.
There's a lot more lengthening in his lumbar spine now, too. As he breathes in, this is happening. Look at that. There's all that space there now. Do you feel that?
Well, it has been quite for a long time.
It's been tight for a long time?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to the non-familiar side. And I might be clear that you get right on the bone. There we are. And then I might start on the other side of the sacrum and ease the sacrum across, but with support under the pelvis, so it's not too scary. Yeah. Actually, to tell you the truth, when people have SI pain, this is a wonderful FI. Really wonderful. You'd like to be lying here? Line up, line up. No, I'll just stay here all night. How long will it take me? Half an hour per person? 60 hours? 15. Only 15. But look at the movement going up his. But we can make it even better than that. As Moshe says, there's no end to improvement. Yes, look at his feet now. Can I just keep going with this first? So, yeah, so he started off like that. And now his feet have just gone like that. So what's happening in the front of his hips? Ta-da! So, just separate the legs a little bit more. And this is where you do need two hands, because you're going to work with this joint. Oh, he wants something under this. Cramp?
Quick.
It's like Rain Man. Did you know the film Rain Man? When he's in the elevator and he says, "Uh-oh, fart." Next time, you're setting it up. Still cramping?
Yeah.
The right big toe. What do you need to do? You want to stretch it out? Okay. All good? So sweet. He's so sweet.
You know what I do when I get that? I get my knee up in the right edge and rotate the hip, the right ankle, and rotate, and that goes away. I found that
For a toe cramp?
Yeah, I found that recently out of bed. I couldn't sleep because of cramps. It was like I
Oh.
was moving my head, my leg, like this.
Right.
Not a position he's used to being.
That's right. Yeah. So the muscles haven't done that before. Then you have this thing that you can do. Where you push and flatten the foot into your hand. I'll just demo that. Okay? and you're going to push the knee up. And they're in that new position. That's one way of doing it. Ruthie Alon does it differently. She does it this way. She goes like this, and then she goes down, and then swish, and then down. Did you do that workshop, Susan?
Oh, and the next workshop, yeah. This one is 4 days.
So then I lift this other leg up, the cramped leg. Is it still cramping?
Little bit, that's okay.
I can feel it throbbing under my thumb. I'm going to take this hip this way. And then see how it goes this way. What am I doing by bending this knee like this?
Straight.
Yeah. But you can see the buttock has loosened. And I might just play around with this a little bit. It's very funky, isn't it? It's a really funky movement. Roll your pelvis side to side again. Okay, thank you. Do you want to try that?
Yeah.
Okay, another thing that you can do is then lift both feet, and it's like an upside down rainbow. You can go up like that. And then you know this ATM? Have you done this with the foot?
Oh, yes.
This is so great. Because this is like, this. You can do this at home when you get home. It's good for night cramps, good for the menopause, it's good for sex. I mean, oh dear, that's actually on film, isn't it? All right. So, you start off like that. Now, how about turning your head the other way, just to please certain people, and change your arms around? This one goes down. Let's put this underneath this one. So you can see that he's very uncomfortable in this position. Look at his neck. Look. Yeah. So I probably wouldn't do that, because then he's so busy with his neck.
It doesn't feel uncomfortable.
It doesn't look in the neck though.
Can't feel lots of pad.
Yeah, pat it up. Hmm?
What's that?
Yeah. You could bring your nose towards your elbow. Sniff your armpit. There. That might be more comfortable. But then you've got a C shape starting. So go back to your comfy side. Yeah, you see the difference? So how would you connect this through from the foot to the head, given that most FIs should finish with some kind of information into the neck and head? How could you do that? Pushing through what?
See?
Yeah. So, could you go onto your toes? Just this one, just this leg. And lift your knee, straighten your knee. And push through your toes to push this hip higher than the other one. Just one single push and then back. So you can get this nice little thing undoing the key in the door, and straight into the sit bone. There. Okay, push, and you just push and stop, and push and stop. and push into my hand. There you go. Get taller. And down again. What's he doing with the other leg, though?
Essentially.
He's tensing it. Okay. So see if you can leave this leg alone. It's just resting. This one's resting. And lift your knee and push off. Up through your spine. Feel it here. There. And there. Good. He's tensing. Change legs.
What's that?
Change feet. Lift your knee. The other one. There you go. And give a little push. Oh, it's very different on this side, isn't it? Very different. So I'm noticing that he's tensing his buttocks when he does this as well. And stop and rest. Both feet, both knees. Give a little push straight up. Beautiful. That's the integration of the lesson. Okay, would you like to roll over and bend your knees? Rest on your back.
On my back.
Yes, just for a minute. This was here. Feels pretty good. Do you feel ready to sit? Can you sit on the edge of the table?
Yeah.
Okay, come up when you're ready. Might be nice just to give some information through the pelvis. That's where your sit bones are there. Okay, come to standing. So where does your attention go? Where
Get taller.
you feel taller?
Taller and sitting down, sitting more up instead of crouched over and
Okay.
stuff like that.
And what does that make you feel ready to do?
Could walk.
Okay. Keep walking. Take a private walk. Okay, so there are how many men? Where is she? Where's the boss? Yeah. What are you doing down on the floor?
Watching you.
Oh, really? Yeah. So do you want people to try some of that now?
Yes.
It's 3:15.
Yes.
Say 15 minutes each.
Yes.
And then we'll do something else.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we'll see how long it takes.
See how long it takes.
There's a fair bit there.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you've got enough of a handle on the details? You want Fran to go over it again? Like just verbalise some status? Can you do
A
a rehash?
Overview. Synopsis.
So, well, I need another body.
A nutshell?
Body.
No details, Jonna, no details. Just the headlines, no story. Chapter headings you get. Sorry, Fran, to put that there. Just that might need to have the steps again, if you can remember.
Verbal?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was miming.
I don't know if she needs anything under her. Actually, could you slide up a little bit further? Okay. Does she need support under her shoulder? What do you think? Should I put a small amount? Small amount? What? My consultants. Really?
My name's Jonna Simon, and we're put straight next to each other.
We share Simon.
So what do you think about this pelvic hip relationship here?
This to the back
Everybody agree?
What was the observation?
The position of the pelvis. The right looks higher. Could you roll your pelvis slowly to the left and to the right? Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh no. So, and are your feet comfortable like this? Okay. So I get very interested in this relationship here. What does that say to you about the hip joints? Yeah. So then how is this leg going to move when I lift it? Is it going to like to go this way? Or this way? This way. Yeah.
Unless she's doing that to make her feet comfortable. Like Susan
Could be. It could be. And this foot? Do you think it goes this way? Or this way? It stops here. Doesn't want to go any further than this. I'll retest this one. I'm watching her breathing.
But how come I went a little just because?
Pardon me?
How come I went a little bit further just because you've already done it once? Or
It did second time, didn't it? Yeah. Could be. Could be that she's used to my touch. But if somebody's feeling protective, then yeah. It's not so easy. Look, she's shifting her head. Something happens to her whole structure if I go here, even if I turn the heel in. So those are sort of landmark. Yeah, it doesn't like that at all.
so with the turn in, what's the constraint if you're going to move?
If I was going to move this, what kind of a constraint would I use?
You know how you did that?
Yeah. So this is, so the hips are turned in. They like this. And what would I constrain? Yeah, I would probably do that anyway. But it's hard. It's hard. So no, I wouldn't. I'd probably do something like this. Just hold her here, and I might just actually work with the femur.
Instead of the hips this way.
Yeah. So getting proximal. This is a bit distal. So who knows what's happened in the past with her knees or ankles. I know she's a circus performer. Pardon me?
But anything could have happened.
Anything could have happened. What does that mean? Okay. So then the constraint would be to hold her in her pattern. I just hold her here.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 'cause you,
And I might get into
you
the,
let feet hold it.
Yeah.
And now you would hold it.
that's right. So this is very
So you still
comfy.
move the hips, or you're going to
I'm going to
leg
go
instead?
into her sit bone. Yeah. Yes.
Because that's where it's tighter as opposed to
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. So if somebody's rotated internally, they're usually flexed. And so extension is not really familiar. But I could just give her a sense of, I shift the pelvis through the trochanter actually. I could push through the trochanter, but I think I'm more on the pelvis there. And so I might hold her there, and then I'll do some differentiation this way. The pattern in the hip flexor, yeah. Yeah. And I might just take her forward here. And this feels very safe, doesn't it? I mean, if...
You've taken the work of the
Yes.
glute
Yeah.
sheath that we're going to do.
And also the obturator internus and externus, the internal and external hip muscles. There, I'm anchoring the muscle and rolling the bone, thinking of connective tissue as well, fascia, a little bit. Is this okay for you? Yeah. I think I'll stay there.
And the objective brand is to be mobilized.
Yeah. Well, look what's happened already to her leg.
Yeah.
You know, it's already a bit straighter. So she started off, actually, I can't remember how it was. Oh, it was,
Straight.
yeah, it doesn't want to go back.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to go back. So I might test the movement again. Look at that.
Yeah.
You
No,
see?
it doesn't.
That's right. Look. Then I'll put the constraint in. There.
And then you can work.
Yeah, then I can go up to the sacrum again. And I'll take it this way, which goes with the leg that's on top. And then I might just, how's this? Aha. Oh. Wow. That's what I call the mother cat move. It's very interesting being picked up by your genes. And now her foot can roll. What?
I said if we did that with my Lulu, then I would be like,
Lulu, your cat?
suddenly everything would tense up like this. Stop Lulu.
Is Lulu your partner or your cat?
Lulu Lemon.
Lulu.
Brand name.
Oh, is it? That, we're back in the dark ages. No, no. Levi's. Do you remember saving all your money for a pair of Levi's? God. Yeah. And look, this is also improved. Yeah. Have you got enough to go with so far? Do you want to go through the knee thing again? You turn the foot, take up all the slack between the ankle and the knee, all right? You take up the slack and you push through the bottom of the foot. That's one way. There, there. It makes space under the hip joint. There and there.
And then what do you do with it? When you move the other foot, then you move the other foot. Once the knee was up, then you move the other.
Yeah. So I'll just see if she's going to be comfortable with that. Whoops, she's not. Yeah, yeah. But I might just hold her down, or not hold her down. It's not a very good term. And I'll do it this way then. And oh, it's pretty intense. And then I might got to get her knee on the table. There's an ATM like this. Maybe I'll teach this tomorrow. Would you like to learn this? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's very nice. Okay, straighten your legs down. It's interesting, isn't it? Oh, she's making adjustments with her feet now. And then how did we finish? How did we integrate the lesson? Up on the toe. Now there are two things that will happen. Somebody will push through their toe and rotate the pelvis to the opposite side. So could you do that on purpose? They'll do that. So you have to say, keep your pelvis flat on the table and just go straight up. Wait for me. There. And there. There. That's good. That's very nice. Wow. Try the other leg. Lift the knee and up. Gee whiz, what a difference. Thank you. Okay. Can she get up and how will she get up? Look at her neck, the back of her head. That's the difference that I see. Yeah. Lighter. Lighter. And more open. Yep. So once the hip flexors open up a little bit more, it just opens the sternum and people feel wonderful.
I wonder if that's from too much trying to pull those muscles apart.
If it's too much?
Doing too much split stretching.
Oh, from doing too much split. Well, it could be that as a child you sat between your knees with your feet out to the side.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do that sometimes now.
Yeah. But that might be because you were born with slightly internally rotated hips. So it's all about the structure, really, isn't it? Structure and function. Go forth into the world.
Thank you.
And differentiate your hips from your pelvis.
Oh, you need to bang.
Sure.
I'll get Sam to check them. Bang. Bang.